Hi there and welcome to Who Moved the Market. It's just after 2 p.m. and we are here with a brand new theme. I'm Surabhi Upadhyay and making her debut on Who Moved the Market today is Sonia Shenoy. Sonia, welcome to the show. Finally.
Finally, and I'm so happy to be here because I've watched the show. I love it and I'm so glad that, I'm here to talk about the space that I track closely, which is autos, which is like my passion. So great to be here.
Fantastic. And what we try and do on Who Moved the Market is to make it very, very simple, get all the clear trends out. And I know you've been doing a lot of homework over the weekend because that's when we had the auto sales come through, right? So tell us, and we want to take it step by step in terms of individual segments and what the big picture is. But if I ask you for like the headline from March with respect to the auto report card, what would it be?
Mixed in one word, right? It's mixed because there's so much happening in the sector, and the good part is in trade today, all auto stocks are up.
Oh yes.
So I think there's some relief that the numbers, even for the the guys who were struggling, like Hero, Moto, etc., numbers are not as bad as what the street was expecting. So there's a bit of a relief rally. There's also some valuation headroom. A lot of these stocks like Hero have underperformed both the Nifty and the auto index.
Right.
So there is some valuation headroom as well. So all in all, I mean, if just to preface the interview, it is a mixed bag. Some numbers are better than what the street was estimating, but there are some big trends which we'll of course talk about, delving into different spaces. But all in all, no major positive or negative surprise either way.
Okay, so basically steady kind of, following the course. But I think that really explains the big rally in auto stocks today. By the way, auto is the strongest part of the market today. The rest of the market is, once again, it's gone into this hibernation mode, but auto stocks are doing really well. So let's start with the big trends. And I remember you saying this on TV as well, that commercial vehicles seem to be really fired up. So what's happening?
So, in the commercial vehicle space, there are 2-3 things. One is that there are new emission norms which are going to kick in from 1st of April.
Okay.
These are the safety and emission norms, and because of that, prices are going to go up by 3 to 5%. So there's a lot of pre-buying that the commercial vehicle space is doing. So that's why March is looking very good for commercial vehicles. It may not be the trend April, May onwards once the prices go up. But the other thing what we noticed, and a comment that Tata Motors made is that now there is a good pickup in e-commerce, in mining, in construction. 3 pockets which are doing very well. And in e-commerce, a lot of LCVs like commercial vehicles are used. In mining and construction, tippers and tractor trailers are used. So that pocket is doing very well.
Okay.
Now, Ashok Leyland fab numbers this time. Eicher Motors CV very good numbers this time. But for Tata Motors, for some reason, it's underperforming its peers. It's a flat performance.
Right.
But the commentary was very good, saying that demand trends are strong. As we head into the monsoons, maybe the rural market may not do that well. But commercial vehicles is largely, you don't purchase it through the year. Tractors and MHCVs, it's a one-time purchase. Annually, there's a certain time when they purchase it, and then they hold it through for like maybe 5 years, 7 years until they have to replace.
Correct.
So I think that's a trend that could continue to be positive, but the only fly in the ointment is this price hike that happens from April 1st.
Yeah, and then we have to see if a lot of that pre-buying has already happened, which means we have like a fall in April or not, a dip. On Tata Motors, just before we move on, is this kind of a one-off disappointment just in March, or has the company been facing a little more pressure than its peers even earlier?
It has been. So the thing is, one segment which is doing very well within commercial vehicles is buses, because of the restarting of offices, schools and all of that. And the 2 players in this which are charging ahead are Eicher Motors and Ashok Leyland. So that is one place in which Tata Motors is lagging.
Okay.
And also now Ashok Leyland has a huge fleet of EV buses that they are rolling out. Eicher Motors is getting into EV buses in a big way. That is the way forward. You must have seen, these names like Electra, Green Tech, JBM Auto, all getting into EV buses. So that's the future. But in that context, Tata Motors is lagging behind, and maybe that's the reason why overall as well the performance is lagging.
Okay, got it. So that explains the slight underperformance on part of Tata Motors. Let's talk two-wheelers. As you said, for the longest time we've been hearing a story about for Bajaj, problem in their export markets, and domestic is kind of rolling along. This time two-wheelers for Bajaj or for Hero, what's the trend telling us?
So, two-wheelers is like a tale of 2 cities. Like one is domestic and one is exports. Export, the piece is still under a lot of pressure. Domestic was also slowing down, but now there's a bit of a recovery. It must be on a low base. Because for Hero as well, 15% growth, low base. TVS Motor also, the total domestic sales growth is 22%. But what also happened this time is Honda had supply constraints in the scooter segment. So they couldn't service the market as much as they wanted to. And hence
so others perhaps maybe they've
capitalized on it.
Okay.
So that's why Hero and TVS numbers were looking very good.
Okay.
Bajaj's numbers are not out. So they're going to come out on Wednesday. The company has delayed it by 2 days because of there's this whole, truncated week, etc. But so we don't know the trend on exports. But TVS exports are under a lot of pressure. So which is an indication that even Bajaj could be as
international markets are perhaps still not out of the woods.
Oh, absolutely. And a lot of these markets like Nigeria, there's a huge devaluation of the currency. There are a lot of political issues in Egypt. There's a ban on three-wheelers that we've seen across Egypt as well. So all of that has, import ban on three-wheelers. So there is, all of that has kind of put the industry in a standstill as far as exports are concerned. But Bajaj, last time we spoke to them, was quite confident that things will improve Q1 FY24 onwards. But the domestic two-wheeler market is looking good this time, and that's why Hero, TVS are all in the green.
I guess we'll also have to see how trends play out, right? Because there's a lot of, at least the noise and the chatter around El Nino, bad monsoon, will it impact rural sentiment? And quite a few of these companies have hiked prices as well, right? I remember Hero announced a price hike for sure. So, how do you read through some of these trends that are also out there, to contend with?
So, I was speaking to Rajiv Bajaj a couple of days ago, and he put it very well. He told me that, Sonia, the cost of ownership has gone up a lot because of higher prices, higher emission norms, passing on the higher commodity prices. And while the cost of ownership has gone up, inflation is hitting pockets a lot more. So because it's a low ticket product, it's a rural product, it's getting hit even more.
And even interest rates. If you're buying a motorcycle on finance, in the rural category, then perhaps it's not as cheap as it used to be a year back.
Exactly. And another thing, very important is on electric vehicles, there's a FAME subsidy which is given, which makes the electric vehicle much cheaper. But now the government is saying because the amount of EVs have gone up so much, we're going to withdraw subsidies 1 year on. Now, if they withdraw subsidies, then it will be even more difficult to sell EVs. So it's going to be a really tough market going forward. And the prognosis is not that great. But having said that, there is A, valuation headroom. B, the numbers are not as bad this time. So maybe there could be some relief, in these stocks.
I guess that's what's playing out. At least today we're seeing some sign of that catch-up.
Overall, there are definitely red flags. Even Maruti was telling us that there are red flags in the industry because of the monsoon situation, all of that. So I think it's a low single-digit growth that we can expect.
Is what the street is perhaps factoring in right now. So we'll watch the two-wheeler space closely. That brings me to the most exciting part for me, which is the battle of the SUVs. Right, the numbers are still hot, right? These SUVs are still flying off, not the shelves, but the showrooms.
They are. Luckily, the waiting period has now reduced. It was an issue. Remember, Mahindra and Mahindra had for the XUV 700, they had a waiting period of over 12 months. Some had over 18 months waiting period. So the waiting period has now gone down, which is a good thing. And M&M has reported record high SUV sales, 30% growth month after month.
Wow.
It's phenomenal in a market that's slowing down so much. So there's
30%,
definitely that K-shaped, that K-shaped recovery where the premium products are seeing a big surge.
They're taking off,
And Maruti, which is so late in the SUV game, is also looking now to grow their SUV market share from 11% to 25% because of the success of the Grand Vitara, because of the new Fronx, the new Jimny. They have a lot of new launches there.
And these are all in this calendar year for Maruti?
All in this calendar year.
Wow.
So it's going to be pretty exciting. And the launch pipeline even for M&M is not less.
Oh, I thought XUV 700 now they'll take a pause, they'll kind of breathe easy for a bit, no?
They have the new EV coming up in the SUV segment.
Yes.
And Tata Motors is doing, we know the EVs in Exxon and
they were
doing really well.
Party starters, so to speak.
In the EV space. So the SUV segment is doing pretty well and it's untouched as of now. And the growth is pretty good.
So SUVs continue to be good despite the Kia onslaught, right? Because Kia came out as a challenger, but despite that you're saying most of these companies are doing well. That brings me to the passenger vehicle segment minus the SUVs, the sedans, the entry-level cars. What's happening there? Because again, inflation, all the factors that you mentioned earlier, a lot of that bites more at the entry level, right?
It does.
So what's happening over
here?
So,
a couple of months ago, Maruti told us that they expect the industry to grow only 5 to 7%, not more. For full year,
For
FY24.
FY24, okay.
So that, raised a lot of eyebrows about like, how can you see such slow growth? I mean, what's going wrong?
Yeah.
So we put that question to them several times, and they said that the main reason is that there is no predictability about the monsoon. And if the monsoon goes haywire, if the crop is bad, then you're definitely going to see rural markets getting pinched. And entry-level cars are largely, rural-driven. So that's the pocket. That's why even M&M refused to give a guidance on tractors. They said that every year we give a guidance for FY24, but this year we won't give it because monsoons are very unpredictable. So we don't want to assume. Last year, in fact, they raised their tractor guidance for the full year because they saw the monsoons improve. But this year, because of El Nino, they've scrapped tractor guidance. So
and that's saying a lot. They're also quite cautious.
Lot of uncertainty, and I think that's the case with entry-level cars also, because the guys who buy the tractors are the guys who buy the two-wheelers, the 100cc bikes, entry-level cars,
Sure.
Yeah, so it's a tough market.
Passenger vehicles, we'll have to wait and watch. So coming down to final thoughts, for someone who's watching this in terms of just stocks to look at, and we're not, in the business of advising on stocks, but just a sense from the street. What analysts are saying and what people are really watching out for, which companies or which stocks, how would you sum it up?
So, just to give you a perspective, Hero Moto has this year lost 12% of its value already. Maruti has hardly gained 1%. Couple of others, Eicher Motors is down 10% for the year. So, these are stocks. Bajaj Auto has performed
relatively better
in
the entire lot.
But these are stocks which have already underperformed quite a bit. So, hence there is valuation headroom. Some of these stocks like M&M are, despite the rally that it saw in 2022, this year the valuations are still reasonable.
Okay.
So, there could be valuation headroom.
But and some catch-up because of that. Some tactical shift of money flows coming in.
Yes, but that is purely because of how much they've fallen.
Yeah.
It's nowhere it says that, there will be growth in the sector. The sectoral growth is restricted to single digits, but just by virtue of having fallen so much, there could be some recovery or catch-up.
Oh, got that. Are you buying another new car this year? I know I'm not. Bombay doesn't have roads. I don't see the point in buying cars. But are you thinking of a new set of wheels?
So, that's the other thing, right? I mean, I'm just coming back to the bigger picture. There are so many, at least luckily not in our industry, but so many industries are seeing layoffs, right?
Yeah.
There's the startup industry, the tech industry, the banking industry.
Yeah.
At a time when there's uncertainty with your job, would you take that decision to buy a new car? Maybe you have the money.
Yeah.
But you'll be like, let me hold off for
some
time.
Let me hold back the
There's
purchase.
A recession coming.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have my job 6 months from now. Why should I take up an EMI, right away?
Yeah.
So the answer is no.
All right, sobering thought. But thank you very much. This is very helpful, Sonia. Now I have the picture completely clear in my head. And I'm sure so do viewers. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed this. It's a freewheeling chat. And
yes, so we hope to have you on more frequently, more often.
Thanks, Surabhi.
All right, folks. So with that, Sonia and I have to take your leave. Thank you for tuning in. Do keep sending us your feedback, comments and queries. We'll see you again tomorrow.